What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and I am joined by my co-host, my sister,
Deborah,
and my friend,
Dan.
All right. So, Dan, what's the problem?
Didn't know that you were just going to jump into it like that.
he really did. I wasn't
I did
ready.
just jump into it. Sorry.
I thought,
My bad.
you weren't even all the way at the table, and then you started talking.
Well,
Still scooting a little bit. That's cool. That's cool. We in it now. We in it now. Let's do it.
well, this time, guys, we are talking about A Quiet Place, which was supposed to be the week before A Quiet Place 2 came out, which is not happening now. So, yeah, we'll figure that part out. But anyhow, A Quiet Place. So let's do that movie review. And I'll go with Deborah. First, what did you guys think of the movie overall?
I thought it was awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome concept. You know what I'm saying? The way that they did the movie. It's kind of like when the Yang Yang Twins came out, the Whisper song, and they whispered the whole song. I was like, huh. It's kind of the same idea, but it was quiet. You know what I'm saying? The creatures kill, or they know where you at when you make noise. If you don't make no noise, they can't find you.
And I think that's what get it because like the movie is so quiet, it kind of adds to the intensity of it.
And the eeriness of it.
Yes, and so like I saw it in a movie theater, and all of a sudden everyone's just like, people stop eating. It's all you're like, and it just adds so much to it, and like you're so focused on it now. I think
I felt like if I made noise, somebody was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? That's how quiet I was. Had the lights off and everything, doors closed. I heard little peeps in my house. I'm like, oh, ain't playing these games. But yeah, the movie, like just the idea of the movie, I thought was nice and unique. But when them things came out,
yeah,
that was scary.
So I thought Darren's favorite word, cinematography, was done well. Because there's time, because one of the main characters is a deaf girl, and it was points where they kind of like you hear it from her point of view, so it gets really silent, and it's just like, man, she doesn't see this thing right now because she can't hear it, and it's behind her, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
what's gonna happen?
yeah.
Like the aspect of this movie, it's like because it's so quiet. When you hear noise, it actually like affects you. You're like, oh, no.
Like when she walked down the stairs and stepped on that nail. I was like, oh, she about to scream.
That nail
like crazy.
Gave me so much anxiety.
Well, yeah, when she was walking up the stairs and she bent it up, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like,
somebody's going to step on that.
Yeah, actually, when I saw that, I didn't think that that's what it was going to be. I was just like, oh, she missed that one. And then when she was going away, I was like, wait a minute, ain't that nail still?
Right.
Like,
because she missed it the first time. You're like, okay.
And she was in labor at that time.
Yeah, that'd have been my death right there. Because I would have been like, mother.
Yeah, I would have been going off, dude.
I'd have been gone.
But it's weird because I've actually stepped on a nail before, and it came and went through the top of my foot, but it didn't grab. Like I came right up off of it. But I know how much that hurts. It is hard to not say anything when you step on a nail, especially when it goes through it penetrated twice, in and out.
Right.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. But what happened was she dropped something.
She dropped the picture frame because she had her son's picture. And so, which obviously, I mean, you step on a nail.
The picture got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man, like the way, and it's funny because John Krasinski.
Wow.
Sorry.
Dennis Krasinski. John Krasinski.
Yes.
That guy.
Krasinski.
Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office.
Jim Halpert.
He was like, he doesn't like horror movies, and he wasn't going to make something like this until he came up with the concept.
Well, he almost turned it down because the screenwriters, was like, hey, we have this movie or whatever. And he was like, I don't do horror movies. And he's getting ready to do Jack Ryan. Then he was like, oh, wait, no, I wouldn't do this. Because it was more just about horror. It was also about, their family, too, which had a big family dynamic.
Yeah.
Which kind of made you, which I really like about this movie is how you learned a lot without them telling you anything. Because there was very little dialogue. But it's like you felt for these people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was angry in the beginning when she gave him back the spaceship without making sure that, because I think they took the batteries out of it.
He took the batteries out.
And then he took them, she gave him the spaceship, but then he grabbed the batteries.
This is the sad part. Okay, so, spoilers, of course.
Obviously.
But in the beginning of the movie, which, now this was my first time watching this movie, so I'm like, okay, they don't kill little kids in movies, especially in the first 5 minutes of a movie. You know, that's cool.
You would think.
So, yeah, he was like 4 years old, which I'm like, my son's 4. And first of all, then I thought, if this was real life, we'd be dead because
Your kid can't
he
be
cannot
quiet.
be quiet. We'd be like, shh, Coastal, you gotta be quiet. No, well, we're all dead.
I think this is when you sacrifice your kid for the greater
We
good.
was in the grove like, damn, you don't have to give him up. You gonna have to give him
For the
up.
greater good of
Duct
humanity.
tape on his mouth.
He can still hum. That's enough. Probably had to give up Tristan too.
But anyway, so I understand the kid taking the batteries because he's 4 and he's like, I want to play with the toy, you know. And I know she was just being a nice big sister, but man, no.
So
If she would have just made sure that he didn't have a
the
way to put the
batteries.
batteries back in there,
Yeah.
it would have been fine because it don't make noise other than that.
Yes,
But
so
once
he-
he put the batteries back in there,
I thought the batteries were going to roll off or something. You know, I'm like, oh, the batteries are going to fall and
Well-
make noise, you know, because the first time I'm like,
well, in the first scene, when he drops the stuff and she comes out of nowhere and like slides and
yeah,
catches,
catches
it.
it, and everybody's like, oh,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Right. So there's like, this is too loud. You can't play with this. And I get her initially. You were being a nice big sister, but I'm sorry. Why were no one watching this little kid?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was-
how far back?
yeah, he was
so
really far back.
away.
Well, that's
Like
what
John
the,
Krasinski had to run literally from the front of the line all the way to the back because that's just how far
well,
he
that's
was.
what the mom was saying. She was crying because she said I could have carried him, you know.
Hold his hand, put him in the middle.
Yeah, something like this
kid
going on.
was 10 feet away from
Right,
everybody.
I'm gonna be in the front, the wife gonna be in the back, the kid's gonna be in the middle.
Especially he might go off the little sand path and
Right.
Yeah, never be heard of
Right.
again. Like,
He
come on,
already
man.
proved he's untrustworthy.
Yeah. So, but anyway, this scene, it broke my heart, man. Like, you see him turn on the toy, and then it was from the deaf girl's perspective. So you just see the lights
lights.
flashing, and then I'm like, and then like you hear it, and I'm like, and then you just see his face. Mm-hmm. I'm like, but he starts running. I'm like, okay, he's gonna
He
get
was
the kid,
booking.
right? He's gonna get the kid, throw the toy somewhere, and then you know they'll be good, right? Mm-hmm. Nah, man, he's running towards the kid and just snatch. I'm like, oh
That
oh
thing
my
was,
god.
like, moving. Like he
Yeah.
kept looking
Yeah.
to the right as he was looking, and they kept, showing the camera over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, he gonna get there just in time, and then like the thing gonna miss him. Then they gonna, hunker down, be quiet, and then it's gonna go away.
No. Yeah, I think that scene is perfect because the one that shows that there are no limits, right? Everyone's free game.
Yeah, and that set the precedent for this
And I
movie.
think it also kind of lets you know, like, this is what this movie's about. Because you come in, right? They're tiptoeing around the store. They're being all quiet. But they don't really tell you why or what's happening. It starts off at day 89. So you don't even get the beginning of all of this.
Right.
Right? And so then when he makes noise and this alien monster comes out, you're like, oh, that's why we're quiet.
Yeah. You ain't want them to hear you.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, this is what happens when you make noise. Because, they show like the little paper and I think it was the New York Post, and it says, it's sound. You're like, okay, so, what does sound do? And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, it attracts them.
Yeah.
And just how fast it happens. Ain't like you make sound like, all right, well, tomorrow they're gonna be here and they're gonna eat us. Like, no,
Yeah.
within seconds, they're gonna swipe you up.
Yeah.
So that was, that one kind of broke my heart too, though.
Yeah,
That's-
and so
I
and
felt
it's so
bad.
funny because like it kept happening during this movie. Like they were in the barn the first time, and what happened that made noise?
They
They knocked the lantern over.
Which they
over.
didn't need. The lights were on. Why did you have a fire-powered lantern? Like, you have lights.
What was that about?
Yeah,
I
so they
don't
were
even-
playing Monopoly with soft things,
Plushies.
and they knocked the lantern over, and then they were all standing there like.
But that's the thing, is because it's so quiet, and then you all of a sudden you get like a noise, like a loud noise. You're like, whoa, they knocked the lantern over.
Yeah.
So then he's like looking out the window, and you're like, nothing's coming. Stupid raccoons.
But didn't it come at that point? Or
No, the raccoons were on the roof.
Okay.
You're like, gave me a heart attack, and then it killed the raccoon out in the cornfield, which also gave me a heart attack. Because it was just like, oh, look, the little raccoons. Doom.
I don't care about no raccoons.
But it's like, were you expecting that?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, the raccoons making noise. I'm like, I'm thinking they probably gonna eat the animals too. And once they did, I was like, okay.
I was not expecting, because it's just like, because they made it off the roof of the house fine and they run away. You're like, raccoon. Then you just see the arm come out the weeds, like, snatch.
Yeah, I was happy about that. I'm like, yeah, get the raccoons. Get them out of here. I don't like raccoons.
No one likes
People
raccoons.
hands. No, I'm not feeling that. No bandit masks. No, get out of here.
Yeah, man. So that, yeah, they really did kind of just make it was a different dynamic, I guess, with the movie.
Look, usually horror movie, you know, you get the loud music, and then you know the killer and everybody's screaming and whatnot. But here, no music. Like, you know, every movie
Well,
has
there was
music.
some music, but like
It was used at such
Yeah.
the right point,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. But like most movies are like it's music and everything.
Yeah, that
But
kind
here
of.
it's like the silence was like just kept
Yeah.
you gripped, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was into the movie, and like this movie's intense, and to the point where I didn't realize how intense it was until like the movie was over, and then I got up and I
You
felt,
relaxed?
Well, I realized that I was not relaxed when I was like, I am like on edge.
Yeah, you like breathed a sigh of relief when you saw the first name in the credits. Like, okay, all right. You look around, make sure ain't nothing in there. Yeah,
Like,
it was like
I did
that.
have a dream. See, y'all talk about me like I don't watch horror movies because I always dream about it afterwards. No matter what I do, I did have a dream about it, and my wife kept making noise. It was, no,
Yeah, y'all would be shocked. 'Cause you
Y'all-
live with
your
two of the
family would be
two of the
so
noisiest
dead.
people. They're like, oh my god! And
I'll just be by myself. I would just be by myself eventually. Because they would have died.
They would have. They would not have made it long.
it sucks, but yeah, they would. Like,
Yeah, but anyway, so I saw that she was pregnant in this movie, and I'm like, how are y'all gonna do that? Yeah. But they had a good idea.
They were very. They were playing. They had plans for everything, like the little lights to warn them when something is wrong. The little baby coffin, which is sad, but that kid's gonna be disturbed growing up.
yeah, probably.
It's like little soundproof box for him, little oxygen mask. So they were prepared.
Didn't they have like that little bunker, like it was
Oh
like
yeah, they had
underneath or
the
something?
the underground bunker that was
Yeah.
soundproof. So they were prepared. I mean, it might have been a good idea not to have a kid, but you know,
Yeah, like maybe y'all shouldn't be,
things happen.
knocking
Things
the boots when you know things are going on.
What do you do when there's nothing else going on? Like
Maybe-
birth rates go up during that type of
That
time.
is true. I am sure after the end of this, there will be a lot more kids in the U.S.
Yeah, people, oh yeah, because all the people at home with coronavirus. Yeah.
If you're not watching
It's-
Netflix, what else is there?
It's gonna
Well,
be a baby
apparently
boom
while
going
you're
on.
watching Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix and chill. Y'all heard about
Netflix and
that.
chill.
Just
So, Lord.
don't act like you ain't.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea. Now, this kid, I was thinking about it. Now, it would grow up and it would not be able to vocally speak.
Yeah, but no, because they spoke sometimes, so he wouldn't. You know what I mean? So I feel like he would. He would know how.
You think
I think eventually, yeah.
Yeah,
there's not a lot for him to catch on to?
but
Because
it's not.
I mean, it would learn sign language easily because they're always signing.
But because they're not always talking.
If you don't
But
talk,
remember-
kids don't talk.
When they were in the basement, they were talking, so they can talk.
Okay.
Yeah, that and then you know when they went to the waterfall was loud.
Well, yeah, the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can talk. My only thing is like, how you gonna keep this kid from making noise? Like, okay, you figure when it's a baby, you can lock him in a box. But when it's 2-3 years old and it's moving
But
around,
that's what I'm saying. Since people are silent around it all the time,
You think he'll
I
just learn just-
Yeah, it'll just learn to be silent.
okay,
That's pretty much. I
That's
mean,
cool.
kids do.
what's going on around them?
Yeah, they exaggerate it
They do it.
by 10, 20 times, but
Agreed.
yeah. So because that's how kids learn to talk in the first place. It's by hearing other people talk.
Well, I was thinking about like his actions. You know,
Yeah.
does he want to run around and jump?
Oh, yeah.
and-
Oh, well,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
gonna happen.
I figure like no, he'll learn how to talk, but I'm
Softer
like,
room.
how do you keep this kid? Like, I feel like you would have to lock him in that room
Soft.
Yeah, until he real.
until the age of 6 or something.
Yeah, it might. I mean, he gonna have that.
We'll see what they do in A
Containment.
Quiet Place too when it
He's
comes out.
still a baby in a quiet place too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So unless they're a quiet place 6,
Man, how's she walking around with that baby expecting it not to cry?
it's in a box.
She's carrying it in the trailer.
In a box.
Was it in a box?
Yeah, it was in a
boxed
sound.
baby.
It was in a soundproof carrier.
That seems so wrong.
Yeah,
the
you got
only way
a
to
better
protect his
idea.
life and
I
their
don't
life.
have a better idea.
Okay, then your baby's in a box.
I'm like, yeah, you going in the box, little man.
I mean, that kid's gonna be disturbed.
Yeah, that box muffled more than I thought it would.
Yeah, so that's A Quiet Place 6 when he becomes a serial killer.
Oh man, did anyone else trip out when so it was flooding and the box they showed the box open while the alien thing was walking around?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
where's the baby?
y'all ain't about to do this.
I was like,
y'all.
when they said you killed this
Like,
baby.
not the baby. Like the little 4-year-old, it's rough enough. Not the baby though. Not the newborn.
I was like, but then she was smart. She went behind running water.
But see, here's my thing. If that water was running, how did it hear the noise out in the corn silo?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because it was running that whole time.
But it's
Right? Huh? Right, it's by the running water. She's hiding. But it can hear the corn silo how many miles away?
Well, she's behind it, so the water is absorbing the sound made by her and the baby.
I guess not her noise. Because remember, at that time, those two kids was trapped
Yeah.
out there. So he's by the running water. He's not supposed to be able to distinguish other sound, but he can hear sound made 5 miles away.
It came from somewhere else, so yeah.
I think that's
I'm
too far
gonna give
away.
it a pass.
I'm not giving that a pass. I don't think you hear it.
Yeah, but you're talking about super hearing.
How super is their hearing?
Well, I mean, yeah, it couldn't hear him over the water. It couldn't hear him over the waterfall.
That's what I'm saying. It couldn't hear
Because
them
they
over-
were behind the waterfall, so the noise they made,
So you
it
saying
didn't
because
travel through the waterfall.
So that noise traveled 5 miles from the grain silo, down the stairs in the basement.
Yeah. It didn't go past the waterfall. It didn't go past the waterfall.
I don't know. I don't think the noise was loud enough for it to hear it that far away.
Yeah, well, I
didn't
mean,
think
we're going to
about
have to
that,
give him
but
a
not
pass. I
yeah.
kind of see where you're going with it. Yeah. But I have to give him a pass on it. I'll give him a pass on that.
Just because you like the movie so much.
Yep, it's fine.
Just the one thing that just doesn't.
Makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, it's like, yeah, it was a little.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
iffy,
think
but,
it's so far away. I feel like there's a lot of
Also, I feel like they should have been muffled
No.
inside of the grain. You
Inside
know,
the grain?
when they fell into the corn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That definitely should have been my top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it heard noise though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Are you taking back that pass?
Well, no, it wasn't. He was making noise, struggling to not
It
drown in the corn.
it reacted to the door falling in. So I mean, I'm saying him struggling. I mean, like, do you hear this kid struggling? He wasn't screaming or nothing. He was just trying to swim out. Which, by the way, that's not how that works. But
Oh.
I'll give that a pass.
I was like, oh, so what, you just landed on top of it
Yes.
because it's
Yeah, 'cause
packed.
it's dense enough.
Yes.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay,
It's dense.
I was wondering.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like,
Yeah.
packing popcorn.
Yeah.
It's like corn.
Y'all ever? Okay, side note. I'm sorry.
Fall into a grain silo.
Packing popcorn. I'm like, no, there we have it.
Y'all ever see that where like they aerate sand and it's like you can actually swim through it? It's pretty dope.
Okay.
Why do they aerate it?
They just it acts like a liquid when you fill it with air.
Oh, that's funny. They say when you aerate water, you can't swim in it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what they
Aerate
say.
why you can't swim in?
Oh,
Yeah.
because you're gonna drown.
Yeah, they say you
That,
can't swim in
it
it.
actually makes sense. The sand is denser, so when you aerate it, then it makes it able for you to go through it. But the water, you can already swim through it, so when you aerate it, then it's less dense,
Does it
meaning
make
you're
it
going
more
to drown.
swimmable through?
I'm just saying, that's what they tell us at
No,
work. They
because
say
you can't float.
Yeah, they say don't fall in because you can't swim out.
Yeah,
That's
you
what they
can't
tell us.
float.
Don't fall in what?
The tank.
What tank?
The aerated tank. At work.
Where are these aerated tanks?
At a water plant.
Oh, okay. Thought you were just saying random tanks. Like, hey, don't fall in that.
No, where else would you have aerated tanks? Like, why else would you
That's what I'm saying.
aerate
I'm like,
water?
where are these aerated
Yeah.
tanks?
Oh, sorry. Do you not know where I work?
I hope it's enclosed then.
Basically.
Is the
There
tank
you go.
enclosed?
No.
So you're just going to drown in aerated water?
That's what they say. I haven't tested the
Can you
theory
get a
out.
bubble like Sonic?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't believe them, but I haven't seen anyone test that theory out. So
Well,
if you guys want to test it
Maybe you should
out,
put somebody
I should.
just like, boom. Oh no!
get something that normally
See what
floats
happens.
and see if it sinks.
What would normally float?
I could throw a pin in there and see what happens.
A pin?
Would that float?
Wouldn't a pin sink?
No, No, pins float.
No, it would float. It's filled with air.
Yeah, a pin will float.
Well, to me, it makes sense since the sand, it becomes like
Oh, that
liquid.
makes
Then the water would be more like air.
didn't know that.
So it'll be like jumping into a pool full of air.
I didn't go to college.
Next time I'm at work, I'll try it. See what happens.
Don't throw a pin in there. All right. But okay, so they would not sink in the corn.
No.
Yeah, because it makes sense. It'd be like landing on sand.
Yeah,
Yes.
remember in U.S. Marshals when they jumped into that cargo ship and they landed on all that? They
Yeah.
stayed on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the same concept applies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the
Drama.
movie and the drama, they had to sink.
Man, I only wish that she realized her hearing aid.
Oh, it took her so
yeah.
long to
Yeah.
figure that out. I'm sorry, but this girl, her name was Reagan. Man.
I mean, how would
mean-
you figure out that it's hurting them?
I mean, but it was
can
4
see his
times.
reaction, though.
See the reaction.
4 times. Every time the alien is near, her hearing aid mess up.
The
4 times.
other twice.
Just like, come on. And then twice, it went away from them. You couldn't figure out, like, it's tripping, and then
Actually,
it left.
after the grain silo, after the grain silo, she should have kind
She
of
should have
figured something
realized.
out.
And then how come she keeping her family members in danger? She killed her daddy. She killed the little boy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, then she go all the way back to where the boy died.
Okay, I got a question.
She like, I'm gonna run away. Where you going?
Where you gonna go?
Yeah, her mom needed her at that point.
Yep.
And-
Yeah. Yeah.
She was a jerk.
Yep. This kid sucks.
So she wasn't running away. She was visiting her
She
brother's
packed
grave.
a bag.
Yeah, she was packed up.
All right. Fine. Because she blamed herself for her.
Because it was her fault.
But I blamed her too.
It was her.
It's her fault.
I'm sure even John Krasinski blamed her, but he just didn't let it be known.
He's like, of course I don't. I do.
Yeah, inside his head, you're like, yeah, girl, you
I
get
did.
it.
Yep.
But outside, like, no, not at all.
That's dark.
Come on. He
If
blames
Lennox
her.
was the reason why Jason died, and she asked me, then I blame her. I'm like, well, I blame you, but there ain't nothing we can do about it now.
You gonna tell her? You can't
It's your
tell
fault.
her.
I ain't gonna blame you. Ain't gonna blame me.
You can't tell her
We
you
blame
blame
you.
her.
It ain't my fault.
She's gonna be traumatized. What's wrong?
It ain't my fault. Like, that's your fault.
She
but,
should be traumatized.
No. Like, okay, she's also
kill
young.
your brother.
She made a bad decision, but she's also young.
She killed 2 of her family. I'm just saying.
Okay, I had a question. Why did it attack John Krasinski when they were hiding in the truck? Mm-hmm. And it attacked him first, but I'm like, did he make a sound?
Oh, you mean when it was sitting on top
It
of
was
that
on
thing?
the top of the roof. Yeah.
Oh, no, it didn't. That's another movie like,
I was like, why did?
right. Because it's blind, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did he know he was there? And why you perched up on top of this little shed thing?
Can it smell really good?
No.
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 Just now.
It can
Just
only hear.
sound.
Yep.
Yeah, so there was no reason for that.
And then the boy, Dad, why? So he can go after y'all.
Well, 'cause
The
he's a
boy
boy.
killed.
He-
The boy
he's a
killed
child,
John.
man.
he wasn't a
he's a
G
child.
like his mom, because mom could take a nail to the foot and make no noise.
Like, wow, pregnant.
The boy wasn't ready.
She was giving birth without making noise. That
Yeah.
like I'm like
Skills.
yeah, that was skills until the
Skills.
fireworks went off.
Right. Then she's like,
Then she was-
thank you. Y'all took way too long to get these
I needed
fireworks.
that. Because that was.
Also gave birth by herself.
It's just that's the 4th kid. You got it.
Yeah, she probably an expert by then.
Yeah.
She cut the umbilical cord.
They didn't show it. I'm
Had to do
assuming she
something,
did.
man.
I mean, she didn't bring no tools up there. Maybe she had the tools already in the bath.
She had to gnaw it off. Gnaw.
Ew.
Hey, that's nasty, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Man.
Gross. Or maybe, or maybe the husband did it.
Maybe the husband
don't know.
gnawed.
He coulda
it
did-
off.
Nah, man,
That's
he
gross.
thought she was. Ew.
What else he gonna do?
He definitely has
You
a
got-
knife
you got
on
shotgun?
him.
She
He
thought he
definitely
was
has a knife
dead. I
on
mean,
him.
he thought she was dead.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, like dang, dude, your whole family just tragic.
I'm like, well, guess I'm the strongest one out of all of us.
I mean, dude, like out of all the time, I'm like, all right, my wife and the baby gone. We can leave the other 2 kids behind.
what is wrong with
Like, I'm
y'all?
gonna assume that the kids are dead too.
Okay, come
Dad,
on.
we're right here.
Like, come on, think about it. They forgot about the other 2 kids, right? He carries her back to the barn. She falls asleep. He's by her side.
Well, yeah, because he gonna leave the baby.
No, and then she's like, "Where's the kids?" He's like, "Man, there are 2 other kids."
No, he couldn't leave her side at that point.
No. He forgot about them kids.
He probably did.
He forgot about them.
What's wrong with
kids.
y'all? Y'all, look,
No, seriously.
Hey, he
Come on.
forgot
Deborah,
about it.
don't become a parent.
We didn't forget about him. He forgot about it.
He forgot about the kids.
I'm rethinking my will who watches my child.
I will
if
take
we
care of
die.
the kid with the best of them. But like real
I'm like, oh
look, if it was an alien invasion and you got to be kid, your kid better be quiet.
Yeah, it better be, or else.
Either he gonna be living in a box just like the little unnamed baby.
well. Oh yeah, he's definitely living.
And we
in a
ain't never
silent
gonna see
box.
him.
I'm like, I don't want to come out. No,
Feed him with a straw through a hole or something.
I don't even care. I'm living in a silent box. I'm like, I could be quiet, but I'm like, why would I go somewhere that makes noise? I'm finding the nearest insane asylum, going in one of the padded rooms.
With some of the patients that are probably still there.
Kick them out.
Nah, man, they probably making a bunch of noise. They're gonna die.
Yeah, put them outside. Like, here you go.
Yeah, you're free to go.
Yep, you're free to go. You're welcome. They're like, whoa, yay. Oh, that's heartless. But yeah, I'd probably do the same thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Babies in
or
boxes.
patting my room myself. I don't know.
I probably would have stole all of the mattresses ever.
Probably.
Mattresses,
Mattresses are
egg
good sound
cartons,
insulators.
and the soundproof foam. I'm
Yes.
doing all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
Soundproof
all
foam
that.
first, and then I'm going to stick some egg cartons over that. And then mattresses over everything
Build a
else.
soundproof dome. That way I can do whatever I want
Nope.
until the world figures out how to kill these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
Sound and then shoot them in the face.
Yep.
Like at the end of the movie, like, let's kill those.
Dude, that ending though.
Mm-hmm.
Point. Like
Yeah. It did end very well.
it ended very
Mm-hmm.
well. You're like, okay, and then it just end. You're like, oh, I'm gonna see y'all fight them. That's
I know.
good.
I was like, oh, she
I was
about
like,
to.
oh, I thought she was-
Well, because I'm like, she just shot it. And I'm like,
right. Like, dude, like she is so cold. Like,
She was dope.
like she is so cold. Them kids suck though. Like the husband and her, cold.
Yeah, they would have no
No,
problems.
problems.
yeah.
The mother too.
Them babies. Probably would have purposely left
Yeah.
y'all.
So, Deborah, you usually have some stuff you go over with movies.
I usually do. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. We have topics we didn't cover already.
Let's do it.
Oh well, the daughter was really deaf in real life. Her name is Millicent, whatever. Simmons. Yeah. Millicent. I think it's Millicent.
Millicent. Okay.
Simmons is really deaf.
Okay.
Just FYI. There was only 25 lines of dialogue in the movie. The original screenplay had no dialogue. Yeah, interesting.
Well, I guess they had to say something, you know. At least
technically
some
they
kind of
didn't.
words.
I mean, technically, you figure, what did they talk about? They talked at the waterfall with the boy when he's telling him, you don't have to be afraid, which was nice.
Yeah.
And then the mother talked when she said, I should have carried him. That was it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they were whispering to each other because they were in the soundproof room.
Is that dialogue or not?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, they were talking.
Yeah.
And
So I'm
they
like,
were
those are
whispering.
the only two scenes where people were talking in it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they could
Do
have
we
got
count
away with
the
nothing.
screaming with the old guy?
Oh, yeah.
The toothless old man.
I'm like, yeah, definitely let him go.
I'm like, are you ignorant? 'Cause I guess because his wife
Because
died.
his wife was dead, yeah.
I'm like, so you gonna kill me and my son? You know what I mean?
I'm like, no,
Right.
you go ahead and make noise.
He was like building up for it too. And he's like, nah, man. He snatched up that little boy's.
You go ahead and make some noise. We're going back this way. Go ahead. You're going to be a hater. You
Man.
going to hate.
I would have strangled that old man.
So little too. The creature didn't get to him. I'm like, you better hope that creature kill you. I'm going to be back. Believe me.
So you think silencers will work with guns?
No.
You said what?
No.
No, yeah, it still makes too much
Still
noise.
make too much noise. I mean, I do wonder. I wish they would have said like
Pillows?
what decibel the alien can hear. Because normal conversation is like 66 decibels. So you figure it hears that.
Yeah.
So like, what's his threshold?
All right. Well, we gotta go over what they did here.
It heard the picture falling, but that's loud.
That's loud. That's higher than normal conversation.
Yeah.
I figure it can hear whispering because they only whispered when they were in the soundproof room.
But they could have just been overly cautious.
Could have been. But
But
they weren't overly cautious at the
remember,
waterfall.
they had
Yeah, because that's louder than
no
with
one
them.
thing They had the floor marked
so it doesn't creak.
so it doesn't creak.
see-
How loud is a floor creak?
But see, that's my thing. Do they do all that just to make sure they make no noise, which I would do,
Yeah, I was.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to test it out to see like how much can you hear, and then lose, my life because I was like testing it. So I felt like they were being silent at all times if they could, just to like not even, give the alien a chance to come and get them.
Like a precaution.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, like, is it like anything above 50 that it hears? I don't know. That's my thought.
That's a good question.
I wonder if that's covered in part 2, because part 2 will cover
Well,
the beginning.
it's got to be how low can a human? They have to hear below the regular, what humans can hear. The lowest sound that humans can hear. They can
What's
probably
that?
hear below it. I don't know.
I didn't Google that, so I don't know.
I didn't Google it.
So
Okay.
something below that.
Should we look it up?
Nah, it's cool.
All right.
Okay.
Let's just say they can hear most things.
Yeah, let's just say any sound that's made that we can hear, they can hear.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So we can hear it, they can hear it?
Mhm.
All right. Fair enough. The alien was played by John Krasinski in a motion capture suit.
Really?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I did not know that.
Why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that in the credits. I guess I was so
Alien.
busy like trying to,
I didn't even watch the
sign.
credits.
I was like,
I didn't.
I know. I had to slow my heart rate back down.
I'm like, that was rough.
Yeah, one thing, they didn't get any chance to rest. The
No.
daddy died, and then they're all like sad, and then it's like, up, I'm still here.
Y'all gonna die too?
Yeah, I'm like, geez, man, they don't have any time to mourn or anything.
Yeah, don't this
Jeez.
thing get full? Like,
But,
eating them,
Oh,
right?
wait. I got some thoughts about that. So, this was shot in 36 days.
Whoa,
Very fast.
wow,
Yeah. Well, you
wait,
figured,
how
I
fast
mean,
was The Fugitive?
The Fugitive was 73.
73 days.
wow, so faster than the fugitive.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, you figured there's no talking. There's only one.
Oh, you can't get
Can't
the
really
lines
mess up
wrong.
your lines.
Yeah, you can mess up,
You can mess up the signing.
yeah, you can
Oh,
mess
you
up that
can,
ASL. And then you figure there's only one, basically 2 sets, right? The house and the barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get it done. And then like the bathtub scene when her giving birth, she did that in one shot. She looked great. Did that. So if there's a lot of shots like that, 36 days.
36 days ain't
All right.
too far fast. Okay.
Wow.
Well done.
Yeah, we already talked about how he almost turned the role down. I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, definitely, because
Yeah.
it fit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I mean, he's the director too.
yeah, but he was, when they offered it up to him, he wasn't directing it. So I don't know if they would have had a backup plan. They didn't say who the backup plan was, but I thought he was perfect for it. He directed it. His wife asked to be in it. It's like, sure, why not?
Yeah. And he wasn't going to do a sequel,
Right.
and then he
Even with
said
the
he-
way that it ended.
Yeah, and then he said he had come up with some ideas. So
That was called, this movie made money, so
Let's keep making this money. That's your idea.
yeah.
Or like, shoot, the money will buy you some ideas. Something.
So here's where we get to them killing people.
Okay.
So they do not eat the people.
oh, they just like
There.
killing people.
They don't hunt the people. Here's the thing. Sound is their weakness, right?
Also, they kill anything.
They kill
that
anything
makes
that
noise.
anything that makes noise to protect themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not hunting. They're not
So
eating
why are
them.
they on the planet?
So
Yeah,
if
get outta
you
here.
look at the newspapers on the wall, it says it crash landed in Mexico. So it didn't come to Earth. It like just happened to end up on Earth. We make a ton of noise. We have power plants. Everything we have makes a ton of noise.
Yeah.
If noise is their weakness, they go out and kill it to protect themselves
So that they don't die.
so that they don't die.
So it didn't say how many of them crashed landed here.
No.
There were 3 in the last movie.
There was 3 in that area.
Yeah.
Who knows how many was in the other areas?
I say the army couldn't take care of this.
Well, I don't know. The army comes in with your big truck and stuff, right? You don't know what's coming. Them
Can it
things
get
are
through a
strong.
tank?
I feel like maybe.
You think so?
But then I don't know.
Stay in the air. Shoot it.
I mean, that's a good point, though. I mean, like,
Can they
hella-
swim?
They can swim.
Everybody swim.
They can swim, but they can't fly. So I felt like airplane, helicopter could have took them out, right?
Aircraft carriers in the middle of the ocean, like that sound isn't getting all the way to the mainland, right? Put the aircraft carriers in the middle of the ocean. You fly to the mainland. When you need to fill up, you go back to the aircraft carrier.
So, I mean, there had to have been a reason on why the Army couldn't do that. I get initial deployment, you come out with your guns and stuff, you get snatched up. But, like, helicopter airplanes? Stopping you from doing that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and the helicopter would draw them to it.
Yeah, because of the noise it makes.
Yeah.
Then that's like they just bait it in once it gets there.
I don't know, can they? Yeah.
Minigun? Minigun it down.
Yeah, right? Because, I mean, unless they, like, Superman and can, like, leap a tall building in a single bound
Oh, yeah,
or
true.
something.
Maybe they can. Oh, well, it did get on top of the silo. Oh, well, climbed up.
Yeah, kind of. So, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like the Army could take these things
I
out.
feel like they could. I feel like the Navy could take them out.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
so it's
The Navy.
killing people to protect itself. Now that we know, like, there's a frequency that stops it in its tracks, right?
Yeah.
Can't we like just broadcast that?
I feel like yes. But
Yeah.
then right now, there's who's left? Right,
wasn't
like
he
now
trying to, like,
would
reach
be-
people the whole time, like trying to, like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
escort
he's
and
trying to
whatnot.
find people.
Yeah.
Now there were other people around them, right?
Yeah, because you saw when he lit the fire, and then
Yeah.
there was two other fires. But then I'm like, I don't want neighbors. I'm gonna be as far away from you as possible.
true.
Well, neighbors make noise. It ain't coming to me. Going on.
That's why I don't want neighbors.
liabilities.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be here, and you can die over
Don't bring
there.
them close. Don't bring them in the vicinity. Just keep, you know, how people are.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll explain that in the second one, because the second one does kind of explain like how it all happened. I do feel like the Army would have been able to take these things out.
I think so too. As much as the Army has, yeah, they could have did something.
Yeah.
See what happens, especially since it's they're hostile, but it's not like a hostile invasion force. It's just
Right.
them. They're just violent, basically.
Right. So you figure, okay, it takes out the first initial cars or whatever. I feel like, I don't know, the Army loves bombing things. You come in there.
Yeah, they do. And you got drones.
Yeah, and you got drones.
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 Yeah.
A drone
Y'all
helicopter.
can stay underground and just fly the drone. You see them, whatever. How many drones you need? Have one noisy drone if the drone man and the other drones come behind.
I mean, yeah, unless they got other powers we don't know about.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait till it come out. But
Oh,
now we
yes.
gotta wait longer, unfortunately.
We
but,
do.
You know.
And then drones, you can have it electric powered.
Yeah, so they'll be quiet drones.
Have them go in there, shoot it up, and then just go back and charge. And it's not going to follow it back because it's not making
Yeah,
noise.
they ain't not making no noise. So
Yeah.
a lot of ways you guys could handle this. Feel like you just didn't want to. But you know, whatever.
What was I watching? And it was Interstellar. And one of the drones were still flying. So, like, they can fly for a while. Like, in Interstellar, one of the government drones, remember, you seen Interstellar? Yeah, one of the government drones was still flying even after everything has gone down. It was circling the globe for a while.
Yeah, so I don't know why they couldn't take these things out. I find it very interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the second movie says.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't make any sense because we can fly and they cannot.
Yeah. That's your advantage.
Yeah.
Flying things always have the advantage.
Yeah.
Come on, America.
Never thought a blind alien would be scary. You know, like, it's blind, we're fine.
Can't see us. Like, come on.
But
now.
I guess if you can hear really well, you know where you're going.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
So like blind bats and their echolocation.
Bats aren't blind, though.
Not completely blind, but you know they can't see as well. As,
Yeah, they can't really see that one.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
That was it, actually.
Okay.
I'd usually be like, I'm gonna tear this movie apart, but
Oh well, there was nothing bad.
there
in
was
this movie.
nothing bad about this movie.
it was good, man. It was
Yeah, and
great.
we talked about the two things, them forgetting about the other two kids that they clearly don't like.
Oh, and him attacking John after from the roof for no reason
for
because he
attacking
didn't make
for
a noise.
no reason because he didn't make any noise. Yeah, I don't know. Did we forget anything else?
The thing falling in the silo.
Right. It doesn't make any sense because when the alien dropped in the silo,
The other aliens didn't come.
yeah.
How come only one comes at a time? Like noise is made and only one comes. And the only time two came is when she shot the gun.
Maybe he was just like, I can handle this, guys. Don't worry about it.
Is that what that is?
That's
You
how they
think?
talk. They're like,
He's like, I'm
got
going to look
it.
for this one.
We'll come with you, Fred.
And then,
I'm
like,
good.
how long does it look for stuff? Because it's blind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she drops the picture frame. She hides. Why is he still searching for her?
True.
Right? He goes down there. I don't hear you. Doesn't he go back to where he came from?
No, because he said something made a noise. There's something living down here.
But he searched for a long time.
And they're going to keep making noises. It hurts my ears, so I'm going to stab you. So that's basically what you're telling me. The aliens are like, it hurts my ears, so I'm going to stab you.
Yeah.
I guess so. They're very diligent in their searching.
I don't know. Sometimes.
But, I think it's interesting how it turned it around. Because, like, the whole movie, you're thinking, like, their strength is the fact that they can hear really well. In actuality, it's their weakness.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
It's like the opposite of what you think. You feel like, oh, you make noise, it brings it to you, but it's like, only because it's just trying to get rid of the noise.
Just doesn't like the noise.
Yeah, nice.
So the kid should have threw the toy.
He was.
All right, you guys heard that one.
Oh, wow. Good
Like
job.
that. You guys know how throwing toys go.
Yes, perfectly demonstrated.
Oh, wow.
Alrighty. Anyway, yes, baby, would that have worked though? Like the toy's making noise. Let's say he throws the toy. Would it go for what a toy was? Since the toy's still making noise, I
It's the
imagine.
thing that's making noise.
Yeah, but it's already.
Throw the toy and then you
you would have to
silently
move the
run
kid.
away.
Yeah. Okay, but he's 4 years old.
Yeah, he didn't move at all.
No, he
I
like,
guess he was like,
oh,
oh,
spaceship.
down he went. Down
And
he
then
went.
he's just, yeah.
Spaceship.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what he said. But
That's what he was thinking.
probably was. He probably was. He's 4-year-old. He doesn't know a lot of words. So yeah. I mean, would that have
Alright.
worked?
So sad.
It is sad. It's very sad.
It was
That
unexpected. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this is how we starting off.
I thought they just wanted to show us how aggressive these things were, but that's it. But nope. Took little boy away.
Kill the kid.
Yeah. It's been a while since I had a movie that put me on edge like that.
I'm on edge now. I'm just remembering the movie. I'm just remembering it.
It's intense though. It's weird because it's so quiet, but it's intense.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Silence. But I mean, isn't that true though? Like if you're like in a house by yourself and it's like really quiet, you be like,
Yeah.
something's wrong. Something's wrong here. You got to turn something on.
right, you feel like I'm gonna turn some of these lights on.
All about that white noise, baby.
All right, so let's rate it. So, of course, we have our rating system that we came up a little while ago. We have, it's either the greatest movie ever.
Tiny writing.
You would pay for it, either watching it again in the theater or DVD, Blu-ray, digital, whatever. It's good enough to watch while you're doing laundry. It's pure torture, or you rather die before you watch it again. So those are our rating. So we'll go around. Deborah, what do you think?
Greatest movie ever.
All right.
I'm going to ditto that. Greatest movie ever. I'm actually thinking about going home and watching it tonight.
All right. Now, yeah, after I finished watching it and I was having a heart palpitation, I was in between. I'd pay for that and greatest movie ever, but I'm going to give it a greatest movie ever. After I sat on it, I'm like, ah, this
I
movie
don't
is
like.
so
I
good.
think so. I think it does everything right. I mean, this would have been my third time watching it. So like, I saw it in the theaters and I saw it twice afterwards, and I felt like I could watch it again.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that first time is like the best time to see it. Like first time you ever see the movie, but
Yeah.
it is a very rewatchable movie to me.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd watch it a
yeah.
bunch of
This
times.
is one of the best movies that has come out in a while.
Yeah, especially for like a horror movie, because horror movies can be.
Well, you know what? I feel like people get stuck in like, oh, it's a horror movie. It should be gory, and it's like, gory isn't scary. It's just
It's just reality. Like people have
It's-
blood.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you break the skin, they're gonna bleed.
So what makes scary movies scary is that
Suspense.
anticipation,
Yeah.
that suspense. Like I liked Signs. I don't know how many people like Signs out there, but I thought
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was suspenseful, especially since you didn't know what the aliens were until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. As a kid, Jurassic Park. I think of the one scene with the raptors in the kitchen. Like that's
Oh,
suspenseful.
yeah, sneaking around. Yeah,
That makes it scary. Just watching someone chop someone's head off with a chainsaw or
it's
something.
like-
That's
Yeah.
not scary. It's just disgusting.
I think the
You know?
traditional horror movie where it's just either really gory or it's just they use music too much to kind of amp up the scene, and I
Yeah.
think this one kind of like goes away from all of that,
Yeah.
and it lets the scene itself kind of push you into like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're feeling what the characters are feeling, and I think that
Yeah.
for a horror
Yeah,
movie,
without being over the top.
Yeah.
The horror movie, they just be over the top.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
The
yeah,
way
fact
over
that
top.
like it, you know, makes me afraid when they drop a lantern. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what's gonna happen? And then we're waiting to see if something comes running, jumping through the window to kill everybody. you
Yeah.
know, so that type of stuff is what makes it a good movie. You know,
yeah.
good writing, very good writing.
Very good, right?
Very
I
good
forgot who the screenwriters were. Scott something or another.
Are they the writers on the second one?
I don't know. I should have looked up some stuff about the second one, but I wanted to be like, I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
But now I don't know when the second one is coming out, so
How long are we gonna wait to be surprised?
I don't know. I was
Well,
so
I'm gonna
ready
wait.
for it.
I was
Definitely gonna wait.
Like before this, like all got really serious, which was like last week.
yeah, last week.
Like last week, I was like, oh, I'm still gonna go see it. And then like this week, I'm like,
I was still expecting to go see it.
I'll wait. Exercise some patience.
Yeah. So, all right. So, that was our thoughts on A Quiet Place. Very good movie. If you haven't seen it, hopefully
We
you
ruined
aren't
it.
at this point of the podcast.
Hopefully
'cause-
not, because we killed everything.
But
It is still worth watching, though. Even though
Definitely
you know what's
worth
going to happen,
watching.
you don't really know how it's going to play out or how it looks. So
yeah.
just check it out. You'll
Yeah,
like it.
Check it out. Or watch it again. It's a great movie. I'm excited for A Quiet Place 2 whenever we get to watch it.
Very.
So, other than that, of course, we always like to thank you for listening.
Appreciate it.
Always appreciate that. If you want to reach out to us, we are on Facebook, facebook.com/3drivals. We're on Gmail, 3drivals@gmail.com, and Twitter at
Forgot
3_rivals.
Sound like you
I
almost
switch
got
it
it.
up sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah, because Twitter's usually last.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
No. Sound like you forgot the email.
I did.
okay.
Did I forget to move? I
No.
said the email.
No, you said it, but it sounded like you forgot what the email was.
Oh, he always
With
forgets
that
that.
lengthy pause.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
It was just a suspense.
Yeah.
Scary.
Adding suspense. Oh my God, what's the email? I can't take it anymore. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace out.
Later.